You know, they say that Veronica Mars still ranks as one of the most important film noir dramas or detective dramas of the 2000s. I tend to agree. In Canada, it was shifted around so much by different networks that season one was kind of fading when season two came into major prominence, which led one of the biggest denouements in film noir history. Now, Veronica Mars, for five people out there who don't know who it is an American teen noir mystery drama TV series created by screenwriter Rob Thomas. The series is set in the fictional town of Neptune, California, and stars Kristen Bell as the Eponymous character. She's a private investigator like her dad, but still a high school student. The series premiered on September 22nd, 2004, during TV networks UPN's final 2 years, and ended on May 22nd, 2007, after a season on UPN's successor, the CW, airing for 3 series total. Veronica Mars was produced by Warner Brothers Television, Silver Pictures Television, Stu Siegel Productions, and Rob Thomas Productions. Joel Silver and Thomas were executive producers for the entire run of the series, while Diane Ruggiero was promoted in the 3rd season. So the show had a movie revival, which I helped sponsor, me and my wife. It also had a TV revival where a major character was killed off, which basically killed the whole series. Now, the character of Veronica Mars is a student who progresses from high school to college while moonlighting as a private investigator under tutelage of her detective father. In each episode, Veronica solves a different standalone case while working to solve a more complex mystery. The first 2 seasons of the series each had a season-long mystery arc, introduced in the first episode of the season and solved in the season finale. The 3rd season took a different format, focusing on smaller mystery arcs that would last several episodes, but at this time they were in college. Now, Thomas initially wrote Veronica Mars as a young adult novel, which featured a male protagonist. He changed this because he thought a noir piece, told from a female point of view, would be more interesting and original. Filming began in March 2004, and the series premiered in September to 2.5 million American viewers. Now, at the time, the Canadian viewership couldn't be gauged, but once it was being shown on the Women's Network, 6 o'clock in the morning, but still had a lot of viewers in Canada. The critical acclaim first season run of 22 episodes garnered an average of 2.5 million viewers per episode in the States. The series appeared on several fall television best lists and garnered awards and nominations. Now, during the series run, it was nominated for 2 Satellite Awards, 4 Saturn Awards, 5 Teen Choice Awards, and was featured on AFI's TV Programs a Year for 2005. Now, the series is also narrated by Kristen Bell as Mars. And of course, the opening theme, "We Used to Be Friends," is kind of shows the main character. Now, the movie came out in 2014, and the Hulu series of 8 episodes, July 19th, 2019. Now, Series 1 revolves around Veronica Mars, Season 1, a high school student and PI in the fictional Southern California seaside town of Neptune. As a daughter of well-respected County Sheriff Keith Mars, Veronica's biggest life problem was getting dumped by her boyfriend, Duncan, until the murder of her best friend, Lily Kane, which was Lily's Duncan's sister. After Lily's murder, Veronica's life falls apart. Keith mistakenly accuses Lily's father, popular software billionaire Jake Kane, of involvement. When Mr. Kane is proven to be innocent, he has Keith ousted as sheriff in the recall election. Keith is then replaced by the corrupt Don Lamb. Veronica's mother, Leanne, develops a drinking problem and leaves town, never returned. Now, Veronica's 09er friends, wealthy students from the fictional 90909 zip code, demand that she choose between them and her father. Veronica chooses her father. After losing the election for sheriff and being ostracized by the entire community, Keith opens a PI agency, Mars Investigations, where Veronica works part-time. Veronica helps her father solve cases and conducts her own investigations on behalf of schoolmates. Some are bottle episodes, some are not. Now, Veronica discovers evidence suggesting that Abel Kuntz, the man in prison after confessing to Lily's murder, is innocent. Veronica explores the murder case. She also works on other investigations, seeks her estranged mother's whereabouts, and copes with being raped during an all-nighter party after a drink was spiked. Veronica, no longer part of the school's wealthy and elite in-crowd, makes some new friends. Wallace Fennell, Neptune High basketball star and new student. Eli Weevil Navarro, leader of the PCHers, a Latino biker gang, I Love You a Long Time. And Cindy Mack McKenzie, Neptune High's resident computer genius. Using her friend's resources and those provided by her father and his contacts, She gains a reputation for sleuthing and finds her skills in increasingly high demand at her school and in the community. Now, both Wallace and Eli have kind of a crush on her, but she's being pursued by different people throughout the show, and she's in different relationships. Now, things get more complicated when Veronica falls in a relationship with Lily's ex-boyfriend, Logan Eccles, who once hated her, who for a time, again, held Veronica partly responsible for her death and went out of her way to harass her. It's eventually revealed that Lily was killed by Aaron Eccles, Logan's father, played by the devious Harry Hamlin. Now, the second season of probably one of the most important film noir TV shows of all time, or TV seasons, begins with introducing two new cases. A bus accident that killed several of Veronica's classmates, and the death of PCH gang member Felix Toombs. A school bus carrying 6 Neptune High students and a teacher plunges off a cliff, killing all but one passenger. Veronica, who was supposed to be in the bus, makes it her mission to discover why the bus crashed and who was responsible. There were some of her fellow students who were using a limo. Logan eventually picks a fight with Weevil and the PCHers and ends up being accused of killing Felix, a charge he denies. Through the season, Weevil becomes convinced of Logan's innocence, and they team up to find the real killer. The season shows Veronica's life returning to much the way it had been before Lily's death. Having broken up with Logan during the summer, she reunites with Duncan and is somewhat accepted by the 09ers. Her sleuthing sideline and tough persona keep her from fully assimilating into the wealthy crowd. 09ers Dick Casablancas and Cassidy Beaver Casablancas deal with a gold-digging stepmother, Kendall Casablancas, with whom they are left when their father flees the country while under investigation for real estate fraud. Wallace discovers that his biological father is alive and takes a romantic interest in Jackie Cook, the daughter of baseball legend Terrence Cook, who was investigated for the bus accident. Veronica discovers that the town mayor, years ago coach a Little League baseball team, sexually molested several team members, including Cassidy. In the finale, it is discovered that Cassidy is responsible for the bus accident, Veronica's rape, and other factors, as well as a plane crash that kills the mayor. Veronica thought their dad was supposed to be on the plane, so she thinks he is dead. Veronica confronts Cassidy on the roof of the Neptune Grand Hotel, where he tries to kill her. Logan eventually saves her, but Cassidy dies by suicide by stepping off the building. Now, the whole season 2 was like one big movie. And like any big movie, the only thing it compared with was In Cold Blood. Because you got to watch every scene to get the secret. You got to watch every scene to get the subtext. But Veronica basically Belle does a really good job. She's probably the strongest female character of the 2000s in relation to, she's valuable, but she's gaining experience and life knowledge as we go along. And it's hinted later on she was going to join the FBI, but it didn't work out. But if you grew up in the 2000s, okay, Dawson Creek, The OC, and Veronica Mars, I have all three series, kind of reflect different aspects. You got romantic comedy, and you got a little bit of Felicity before that too as well. But I mean, it was a great time because the OC, there was a lot of West Coast personal drama. Dawson Creek, there was a lot of East Coast personal drama. But Veronica Mars, but if I had a network that had all three shows back to back on a certain night, it would be perfect programming, like a Saturday or something like that, 8, 9, and 10. But like I said, all three series, to me, ladies and gentlemen, were probably, they determined how 1990s would go in development. If you wanted to have a series, it had to be good as Veronica Mars or Dawson's Creek or the OC. And like I said, Veronica Mars, to me, again, the most important female-centric film noir of the 2000s. Anybody who wants to argue with that, please give me your work. So Veronica Mars, again, sorry to our spoilers on this. All I can say, ladies and gentlemen, before going to work at my newspaper in Woodstock, New Brunswick, and seeing episodes of Veronica Mars 6 o'clock in the morning, it was the weirdest type of programming. But like I said, in Canada, it does very good. It's on Amazon Prime in Canada, and still continues to do well with fans. It's hard to believe that people that watched Veronica Mars as teenagers are now, like, with families and stuff. How many of these people show Veronica Mars to their kids? See, streaming sometimes is a mindfuck because there's a lot of negativity with streaming, but Veronica Mars, there was an end to it. It was like a good novel, and that's what Rob Thomas wanted. So that's the story of Veronica Mars, the first 2 seasons. Very, very important in film noir history. If you like what we're doing here with our TV podcasts or tribute podcasts, let us know in the like, comment, subscribe, or share.